today is a very exciting day for the tour, as it will spend the whole day in Spain, starting in the north in Girona, going south parallel to the Costa Brava, and this evening the tour will finish in the beautiful Olympic city of Barcelona. Now, the Spanish people are very good riders, as we know, but they also love their food. And with me today is Frank Camora. He's the owner and chef from the restaurant MoVida. Frank, tell us about Spanish food.
Spanish food is similar in a way to French food in that, in fact, it's so regional and each region has its own distinctive food culture. The overall riding factor with Spanish food is that it's about really intense flavours and really rustic flavours. In Spain, we also have a very nocturnal culture, which is probably a little bit different to a lot of other parts of Europe. So people like to go out in the evening, and that's because Spain gets extremely hot in summer. So it's just relief from that heat. So people go out, enjoy themselves, socialise, and that's where sort of tapas cultures has evolved from. It's the fact that, you know, people don't want to eat large meals at that late at night, so they'll have little bits and pieces, little tastes, go out with their friends and family and enjoy themselves. Classic dish from MoVida is a beautiful Cantabrian anchovy on crisp bread with smoked tomato sorbet. Thank you so much. Now we are going to join Frank in the kitchen, and he's going to prepare for us a very delicious seafood paella. To start his paella, Frank pours half a cup of extra virgin olive oil over a head of garlic that he has placed in the center of a large 45 cm paella pan on medium heat. Add 1½ finely diced brown onions and stir briefly. Add about 10 sprigs of thyme and cook for 5 minutes on low heat. Add 1½ diced red capsicum and 1½ diced green capsicum and cook for about 10 minutes. Season with salt. Meanwhile, in a bowl, mix 3 tablespoons of fish stock with ½ tablespoon of toasted saffron threads. Add 5 peeled, seeded and diced tomatoes to the pan and cook for a few minutes. Then stir in 400 grams of special Spanish paella rice and heat well. Pour in about 1.3 liters of fish stock mixed with 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Then add 400 grams of calamari cut into pieces, along with 400 grams of firm fish such as blue eye, and a cupful of broad beans and stir in. Place 12 large green prawns neatly on top. Add the saffron mixture and shake the pan. Top with 12 mussels, then about 600 grams of clams, and simmer until the shells have opened. The seafood is cooked and the rice is tender. It is a good idea to cover the paella with foil or a lid for the last 5 minutes of the cooking. Add plenty of chopped parsley and cover with 1 or 2 tea towels. Turn off the heat and rest the paella for 5 to 10 minutes before serving with lemon wedges. Wow, what a lovely dish. Now, Christian, what do you recommend us with tapas?
Most bars around Spain would offer with tapas a sherry or maybe a rosé wine. I think this particular rosado from Marques de Risco comes from Rioja, has enough power, enough freshness to go very well with tapas and to go with paella.
Thank you so much, Christian. Tomorrow the tour will go to Andorra and Frank will prepare for us a delicious cold soup of broad beans. Until then, buenas tardes. Buenos dias. After a very exciting day on the east coast of Spain, Le Tour is going to go inland from Barcelona to the Principality of Andorra. There is great food everywhere. Beautiful olive oil, absolutely outstanding small goods and great cheeses. And today it's a great pleasure to welcome back Will Studd, maître fromager, but also presenter of the beautiful television series Cheese Slices. Thank you, Will. Tell us about the great Spanish cheeses.
Well, Spain has so many secrets when it comes to cheese, it's not funny, because most of them are never exported. Very hard to find them. The classic is Manchego, which comes from the centre of Spain, and it's made from sheep's milk. You can see around the outside, it's got this sort of woven grass finish, a little bit like I suppose, a Spanish version of Parmesan, but beautiful creamy cheese. Another benchmark from the northwest is Cabrales. Now, Cabrales is one of the oldest blue cheeses in the world. And then just down the road from there, there's this lovely cheese called Valdion, which is wrapped in plain tree leaves and that's made from sheep and goat's milk.
Thank you very much, Will. Now we are going to join Frank in the kitchen, and he's going to prepare for us a delicious cold soup with broad beans. One of Frank's favorite food is Spanish ham, and he first cuts 7 thin slices of his special hamon. Then he places the slices in a preheated oven at 170 degrees to dry the ham until crisp. To start the cold soup, place in a bowl 1 kilo of broad beans that have been lightly cooked for 1 minute.
Don't need too much.
Then add 1 clove of garlic and about 20 mint leaves.
2 sprigs.
To the broad beans, add about 120 grams of bread pieces with the crust removed. Cover with 6 cups of water. Add half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Season with a little salt and pepper and leave for 10 minutes. Transfer to a food processor and blend to a very fine puree. Frank uses a special blender called a Thermomix. Strain the gazpacho to discard any hard bits and taste for seasoning. Frank is very pleased. Transfer to a jug and chill until ready to use. Blanch about 1 cup of broad beans in boiling water for about 30 seconds. Transfer the broad beans to a bowl containing ice cubes to cool them. Peel the skins. Carefully pour the broad bean gazpacho into deep plates. Garnish with a few pieces of crisp Spanish ham, some broad beans and torn mint leaves. Drizzle with a little extra virgin olive oil. Ole ole, a glorious gazpacho creation. Thank you so much, Frank. What a beautiful soup. Christian, what would you serve with such a cold soup?
Well, with this dish, I will draw on Spain's national treasure, which is sherry. Sherry is a unique wine in the fact that it has been kept in large oak vats and has a fungus growing on top, which really gives that specific sherry taste. Now, this is a palo cortado, which has grown without that yeast and is extremely rare and makes a fantastic match with your soup.
Thank you, Christian. Now, tomorrow we are back to La Belle France, and I'm going to prepare a superb dish of duck with cherries. Hasta la vista.